If my goal with RV travel is to just get to really remote areas and be able to sleep overnight and have a comfortable interior space, but I don't want to spend the money required to get into a camper van, something like this here, believe it or not, would work with my half-ton Toyota Tundra. Let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at Blue Compass RV today in Surprise, Arizona, taking a look at some truck campers. You can see their lot here at Surprise, Arizona. Got all kinds of different campers. They also happen to be a Brinkley dealer as well. You can see the, whoops, wrong way. You can see the Brinkley models there in the back. So lots of cool different campers that they have here, but they are specific and specializing in having a lot of truck campers, which is harder for me to get my hands on. And this one here is Forest River Palomino SS 550, I believe is the model number. Let's come over here and confirm and check. You'll be able to see the floor plan layout and the specs on the screen as well. Yeah, the SS 550. This one here is one of the only models that is designed and equipped for being able to work with a half-ton truck. Now, a couple reasons why that is one, these truck campers need to be incredibly lightweight to work with a half-ton truck, because the entire weight of a truck camper is going to sit over your truck, which means the only metric that really matters on your truck when it comes to working with a truck bed camper is the payload capacity. Your towing capacity doesn't really have anything to do with a truck camper because you're not towing this. The entire weight of the camper is going to sit over your truck bed. And then in particular with my build, having the 1794 Tundra with the TRD off-road package is only available with the 5.5 foot long bed, which becomes incredibly limiting when it comes to the world of truck campers, as most of these truck campers, especially these bigger ones like the Northwood Arctic Fox, that are very, very heavy, over 2,000 pounds, are way too heavy for a half-ton truck, just in that respect alone, but also are not usually built or equipped to fit within a short bed truck, especially one that is only 5.5 feet long. So this Palomino here is pretty interesting in the fact that it has all the specs required to work with a short bed half-ton truck. Now, the big advantage to having a camper like this is, one, you have such a small profile or footprint for your overall camper experience, especially with the top of this retracting down. You're gonna have very limited height that is taller than your truck. So basically you might add, you know, maybe 2 feet, maybe, to the overall height of your truck in general. So still giving you a wide range of accessibility for places you can navigate to and areas you'll be able to travel into. And then when you get to where you're going, you can actually drop the truck camper itself, so you can get the legs lifted up here, get it off of your truck, and you can leave the camper behind and still go out and use your truck independent of the camper. So you get a lot of flexibility that you just don't get with standard campers. Now on this Palomino, you have a fiberglass siding here, aluminum framing on the inside, and they are using an Asdel wall construction. Battery disconnect switch here. We'll see some of the stuff that's going on out here. Like, I haven't even looked at some of these things. Looks like this is to charge the battery. I believe this has a 100 amp hour lithium battery on board. But some of these things are new to me, so I'm just like kind of going through these, just kind of taking a look and investigating everything. Power legs here. It also has the power roof that pops up that's going to increase your ceiling height, and there is 200 watts of solar up on the roof. You can also get the Lippert retractable ladder that can attach here to be able to get up onto the roof, latches to hold that roof area down. And it's basically like a hard-sided camper with a little soft-sided tent pop-up. Tankless water heater here. And then this is going, gosh, it's really annoying to me that I don't have my keys, but it looks like that's an outdoor shower in that area there. But I was thinking this would be an outdoor shower. We have our freshwater and city water connections here. And then, let's see, let me grab this brochure real quick. Because this world is so new to me, I'm learning about all these different things. So length on here is 13 feet 5 inches, width is 7 feet 2 inches. The closed height is only 6 feet. Another advantage to this is you could actually store this like inside of your garage essentially, or on, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could find a way to get this stored somewhere on your property. Maybe not in your garage, because I was just thinking you probably are going to exceed the height that you would need to load this into your garage when it's hooked up to the truck. I think a lot of standard residential garages will actually be shorter than what the overall height on this will be if you have it on your truck. So I retract that statement. Let's see, the cab over bed is 60 by 80, so a queen size bed, and it has a 15-gallon freshwater tank. As we come along the back side here, you have your entry door there. Let's go to the other side real quick and just see if there's anything interesting over here. It looks like you have your propane access. So you're going to have a single propane bottle in there. And then as we step inside, stepping into this area, it looks really interesting because you kind of step in and then all of a sudden it's like there's a lot of ceiling space. There's no air conditioner in here, so that's like one area of a little bit of concern, kind of, but not terrible. It just depends on kind of where you plan to use this RV. You have all these pockets that will open up so you can let a breeze come through. Going to be very similar to just like a pop-up camper in that regard. Up here you have your queen size bed. Looks like this is some sort of extendable shelf, but this is literally my first time in this camper, so I'm not sure exactly where that came from or what its purpose is for. We have our power cord here. What could that be for? Maybe for this dining area? This dining area is going to have a swivel around table, so you can kind of sit in that space. I'm not sure. I mean, this table would drop down to make this into a bed area, so I'm not sure what that other shelf would be. Here we have the price. If you're looking for your next RV, Blue Compass has over 100 different stores in 33 different states. So lots of different stores all around the country. When you buy an RV from Blue Compass, you also become a part of this RV Complete program. Really neat stuff in here. You get a 1,000 Trails membership, a Harvest Host membership, an RV Life Pro membership that can help you plan trips, and so much more. So really cool stuff that you get being part of the Blue Compass network. And then $21,980 is the price on this camper here. They are a little expensive, I will say. I think a big reason for that, in addition to the fact that a lot of times these truck campers come with a little bit higher end build quality, kind of what would be on par with some of your mid to higher tier travel trailers, is also the fact that there's such a niche market for these. They only build a small number of these in comparison to your traditional travel trailers. Like whereas they might build like thousands and thousands of these wolf pups every year, I would have a hard time believing they even build 1,000 of these, let alone maybe even 500. So to keep the business going, I think they have to make a little bit more money per RV that they sell in this segment. It's just my thought, and that's just like complete and total honesty kind of on how the economics would work for a brand like any of these to exist, because they're just gonna have such a smaller customer base. But you have the shade there. I'm curious if you feel like, you know, this is a type of camper that would work for you. I think the other advantage and part of what could be justified in the price is you just get so much more freedom and flexibility in something like this. Your drawers here are going to be a standard plywood drawer construction with staples to hold those in place. You have drawers here, little flip down areas for storage through here. And then you have an Ever-Chill refrigerator with a little freezer portion in there. This is definitely designed to be just like a weekend camper, you know, go get out in the woods in an area by a river maybe. You could literally like park right up next to a river in places and be able to camp there for multiple nights. You have your furnace right here, tankless water heater for your sink. And then you have some storage space down underneath here with your lift controls for the legs outside. Now this RV does not have a black tank, but if you do have an RV with a black tank, this is liquefied. It's a black tank treatment that you can get for your RV on Amazon, also on Blue Compass RV shelves as well now. This is in their powder formula. They have a pods formula and liquid formula that you can find to take care of the black tank on your RVs. Woodwork in here is solid wood cabinetry, so it's not actually a wrapped cabinet door there, which is nice. So actual solid wood on that. Little cargo netting down underneath here, and then we have some storage space down under there as well. Let's see what this does. Not sure if that's for your water pump. Interesting. Not sure what that light switch goes to. I didn't see anything happen when I flipped that on. We do have our solar charge controller right there. And then when we go up into this bed area, you have lots of storage spaces around here. So storage all the way through these sides here. Again, this is a residential queen size bed, and the mattress is actually pretty nice. It's not the greatest ever, but it's definitely not bad. And you certainly could add, you know, a mattress topper on here or swap this out because it is a residential queen size mattress. Storage space there. And then you have your max air vent fan up in this space right here. So that bigger vent fan. And you have another vent right here. over this area. Since there is no air conditioner, they put a bunch of vents in here and then a smaller vent fan right there. And then that is pretty much everything, y'all. It's pretty simple. Outlets, USB ports here. There's not a whole ton to talk about on these truck campers just because there's not a whole lot going on. This, I do not know exactly what it is, but it looks like it's some storage that can be opened up here with some zipper compartments in it that can latch into this space. There's also a little hole right there. If you know what those are, let me know, like that hole, what that goes to. I'm not exactly sure. But again, this is my first kind of exposure to these campers, so I am not above saying that I might not be an expert in these things, and there's a high probability that somebody watching might know some things that I don't know, or maybe have some questions that I could do some further digging in to answer if you have any questions watching this video. So let me know. But again, this is the Forest River Palomino SS 550 truck bed camper that is fit and designed for a short bed half-ton truck. Pretty dang cool. Very curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think and if you could see yourself camping in something like this. And again, if you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a Blue Compass RV dealership close to home for you. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.